Hey, what's up? Welcome to Degen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts, like the chart behind me, which is of Rivian Automotive, ticker symbol RIVN. And so here we are looking at the minute time scale because Rivian just had their earnings call. We were all tuned in listening to it. And before that call, Rivian closed the day on August 6th at a price of $14.80, being up about 1.3% on the day. But following the close, price has come down about 4.8%, currently trading right around $14.10. And so I just wanted to go over the chart here on the minute time scale. So, I can share my perspective, how it responded to earnings, and then I'll go to the daily time frame so we can have some longer term outlook on some of the price action. And so here, what I have drawn, the high in the after hours trading was at a price of $15.38. We went up to that level, just in the first couple minutes of trading, but then we kind of got these stair steps down to a low during the after hours of $13.18. And, we did get above this level here, which was a 382 at a price of 1521. That is a Fibonacci retracement. I'll go over that on the daily. And then we did come down to this other retracement level of 50% at 1356, but that one's in white, so it's a different retracement. I will go over that on the daily, though, in just a minute. But yeah, during the after hours trading session, it was kind of boring, to be honest, just trading in this downtrending channel. But then we did start to consolidate here, and I was wondering if, like over here, this seemed to be bearish consolidation breaking lower. I was wondering if this was bearish consolidation, that we might be breaking lower. The low over here was 1409. We started to trend up from there, and then that got me kind of concerned that it's uptrending consolidation that might be breaking to the downside. And you might notice that we did get a little bit lower than 1409, hit a low of 1408. So it's quite possible we do see some more downside moves either later in the after hours or pre-market trading, and I suspect that we will be gapping down tomorrow on August 7th, but maybe we bounce. We'll have to see. And so I am just going to flip over to the daily time frame. I've got a couple of Fibonacci retracements that might be acting as either support or resistance in the days and weeks to come. And so one of those retracements is this one here in white, should be identifying levels of support if we do go to the downside. And so that is based on the low that was hit on April 16th at a price of $826, and then going up to this high here that was hit on July 12th at $1886. And so from that retracement, I've got some levels to the downside based on where we closed at, and just like how I went over in the minute time scale for the after hours trading, we got this level here at 1356, which was tested. That is the 50% retracement. And so I think that we might be hanging out around there, maybe testing it tomorrow. So we'll have to wait and see. Below that, we do have the golden pocket here, which is the 65% retracement up to the 618, ranging from $11.97, right around $12 a share, up to $12.31. And so personally, just looking at the chart, I feel like that level is going to be tested. And there's another reason for that, and that is based on this purple uptrend, but I'll take a step back and go over that in just a second. And then to the downside, we also have the 786 here at 1053. First, we got to break below 12, and I don't really see that happening because we do have this nice consolidation here that I do think will be acting as support if price does go lower. And then to the upside, I have done this retracement here in light blue that is based on that high of 1886, coming down to that low that we opened up at on Monday the 5th, when we got that big scare, the gap down over the weekend, which we did reclaim all of those losses. So I do think that is nice. But we did open up that day at a price of $12.96, right around $13. But we did bounce. But we might be getting rejected from the 382 here at 1521. Couldn't close above that level. And so it does seem like that is a level of rejection because we're currently trading right around 1401 in the after hours. It's dropped a little bit more. Above that, the 50% retracement is 1591, so right around $16. And from that, we do have this consolidation over here. I think that's going to be a tough level to break above. Because of that consolidation, that Prior support is now going to be resistance. That consolidation there, it's going to be tough to break above it. And so I'm not going to go over these other levels to the upside because I think 16 bucks is going to be tough to get to, and I think that we will be retracing to the downside. And so to go over some of these other levels that I have here, one is $13.30 and another $12. I did mention that. And so those are based on, these prior lows. $13.30 was the low before, just before this big move up. And 12 was right around here where we formed a bottom before we started to go up, before pulling back and then moving higher. So that's why I have those two levels there. 10.05 was based on the low following this massive down move. And so, that did act as support. We did bounce above it, and then we did consolidate around it here, pulled back to it before gapping up. So if we do break below 12 and we do break below 10.50, I think $10, 10.05, that could be acting as support. But what stands out to me as being most compelling here with the chart is going to be this purple downtrend. I did put out a video, weeks ago, I believe, at the end of June, probably on June 24th, I imagine, because it was right before we had this gap up. I made the case for this being the neckline for an inverse head and shoulders, the left shoulder being over here, head here, and then right shoulder here. And from that, I suggested that we could be getting a measured move from the bottom here, going up to that neckline and then moving it to that break. And so we got a more than measured move there. This would have brought price to around 17.21, but we saw that high of 18.86. That was a beautiful, beautiful move. But with that, we created this gap here, and to fill that gap, the closing price on June 25th was at a price of $11.96, so right around, 12 bucks. And so not only would we be filling that gap, but we would be retracing to this neckline, retracing to the scene of the crime, as they say. And so, I think that coming down to 12, that's a technical level as well as a psychological level. Also, that corresponds with the neckline and a gap fill. So, it really does make sense to me that we might be seeing some downside moves. And that is not to say that I'm bearish about the company or the stock price moving forward, but I do think that there could be some excellent dip buying opportunities. If $12 was missed over here, I think that in the coming weeks and or months, we might be seeing some dip buying opportunities around 12. And if that does not hold, if we break below this neckline, that retrace level, 10.50 and $10 could be excellent dip buying opportunities as well. But, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.